Good evening, everyone.
Oh.
I am Jed. How are you? Hope you had a good night on Saturday night.
Yeah, you know, partying on a Saturday
I
night.
know,
Boy,
right?
you
Party
know that.
animal, ain't he, Amjad? So, yes, not much to report here. Yeah, Callum's done an update.
We're going to Wembley, that one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, they thoroughly enjoyed yesterday, Amjad, because Sheffield United are going to Wembley. Semi-finals of the FA Cup. So there you go. But yeah, I kept having to tell them to shut up all day yesterday, Amjad.
Tommy!
Hiya, Tommy, how are you? So yeah, Chris and Callum were on cloud nine, even though they've got Manchester City in next round. But you never know.
All the kids running the stalls.
So yeah, but yeah, it's just glad they got this far. Hi, Kath, how are you?
Hello, Kath.
So yeah, it's you know, strange things have happened. Let's just say, you never know. Sort of might put like a second team out, and you know, can't cut it. You know what I mean? I don't know. You don't know. It's just a case of waiting and seeing, really. But anyway, they're just thankful. Chris is going to try and get... Hi, Terry. How are you? Chris is going to try and get tickets to... Oh, I know where I ain't done. Well, so long as they enjoyed it, Amjad, that's the main thing. You know... It's right, I'm just doing it, mister.
Come on, girl. Don't get this on my life.
Yeah, right. You don't go, yeah, I'm going to say you don't go live, and if he does, he'd probably be asking me, what do you do now, and how do you pin it, and, oh, fresh lemon. Ooh. But yeah, Chris has sort of, since they started it. Hiya, Richard. Yeah, since they introduced StreamYards, Chris hasn't got a clue. Hiya, Bria. How are you?
Hello, Bria.
So yeah. But yeah, he went on Richard's panel on his phone last night. Amjad. But it was sort of, I went up, but I were on my phone, and it was draining battery power, somewhat chronic. So yeah, so I had to jump off, and then Chris went on Richard's.
Come on.
But
I bet even though I've deleted.
But he has made a statement. If by any chance Sheffield United get to the final, he's going to do a live stream like this. So
by some massive miracle.
Yeah, by some massive miracle. But yeah,
anything can happen.
You've all got to root for Sheffield United. I'm sorry.
Go on, please.
Don't worry about it, Amjad. You know what I mean? Oh, that's the thing. While I think about it. It did. Chris says when you shut it down, Richard, it was 2 hours.
It's 2 hours later. That's a bit like, yo. We're going on for half an hour, 3 hours later.
Shut up. I've spoke to Laurie today. She's okay. She's just a bit under the weather with a cold, but she did say she was going to try and make tomorrow's baking, but not actually take part. She'd probably pop in and say hello to everybody. And I have rung Bella again, but she didn't answer. So yeah, so that's sort of a quick update, Amjad. I spoke to Laurie. She says she misses everybody, and she says she's going to try and pop into the baking live tomorrow. Another thing, you know, bro, yeah, think definitely is going to be baking, and Tracy is definitely baking. So yeah, so 3 for the price of 2 this week.
Boom.
So yeah, you know what? When we were on about chocolate being in fridge last night, Richard, Chris got me them. You know the mini eggs that I need for the baking tomorrow. Chris got me some from down our Asda. And he went, ooh, does Mum need all these mini eggs? So yeah, even before I've you know, weighed everything out and seen how, you know, exactly how much I want, is there saying, do you think she'll use all these eggs? Yes. If you're watching, Callum, yes. But on the plus side, it does make 30 cookies. But I think, realistically, we're talking about little tiny. You know, Spro's talk of the devil and the short up here. The ones, yeah. But like the cornflake tarts, I'm going to use that same cookie scoop, so it might not make 30. If you know what I mean. So yeah, it's all right. I just burped and something a bit undesirable. Yeah. Well, that's what it's all about, Amjad. Sorry about this. Yeah, it says, yeah, you don't have to make excuses to Chris, Amjad. You know that is just, yeah, just pulling you. So yeah, I'm just going to take one of these.
Hello, Tim, lad.
Hi, Tim. It's all right. If you're wondering, it's a fantastic tablet. So yes, I've just got to. That should do it. So yes, I have got a bit of a. I have got a bit of a tale to tell, because I told Richard last night, because we're on about liqueurs. So I have got a funny tale to tell you about my mate and some chocolate liqueurs. You know about it, don't you? Yeah, Chris knows. But yeah, dead funny. So yeah, I'll wait and see if anybody wants to come on panel. Links up there if you want to. Well, that's the thing, Mister.
What?
You're slacking yet, mate. He says your nose bro says he's just made a brew. Oh, that's the thing.
I'm ready to be photographed video.
Well, that's no excuse.
It is.
No, it isn't. Oh dear. But yeah, I'm glad you said that, you know, bro, because it's reminded me. Normally makes me one before I start, but yeah.
That'll last you longer, won't it?
It's empty. But yeah, apart from that, Chris has been at
Grace Park.
Yeah, Grace Park again today. I met a dog called Bella. Oh yeah, forgot about that, Amjad. Yeah,
Partners.
definitely, you know, bro. Hi, partners. Well, in your case, more so than others, if you know what I mean. You know, you've got to get the old voice box lubricated. Hi, Gaffer. It's not till tomorrow. You just saved me the bowl this time. Now, this is what we're making tomorrow, Gaffer. Can you see what I mean about the size of the cookies? You know, that size just don't cut it in half. Yeah, that size of cookie just don't cut it in our ass. I have to make them that little bit. Hi, Gordo.
Gordo.
You know what I mean? Don't do small cookies. Just saying. You know, and it's resorting to something, like I said to Richard last night. I'd had to hide. Okay, plane ticket booked. Well, if you sort of already got the plane ticket, Gaffer, you could come and sample them, you know, in person. As I was saying last night on Richard's, I had to hide half a bar of chocolate. Otherwise, it had been gone. Anyway, I always, if sort of that, you know, if you've got to hide something like that. Hi, Drone Father, how are you?
Hello, Drone Father, lad.
I have to hide it in the, because it's, well, predominantly it's called a salad drawer. But yeah, I just keep like fruit and everything in it. Hiya, Johnny. Anyway, I know it's safe in there because nobody goes in the fruit drawer, so to speak. So anyway, when I was making dessert yesterday, I goes in the fridge and went, I know I've got half a bar of chocolate. So I took it out the said drawer and put it on one of the shelves. So while we're on Richard's panel last night, Chris comes walking in and he says, "We'll find half a bar of chocolate." I went, "No, you hadn't." Anyway, we did share it in the end, Richard. I don't like, I can't eat a lot of chocolate nowadays. So yeah, so I sort of, I did share it with him in the end. So, but yeah, you know, it's coming to something when you've got to nefariously hide half a bars of chocolate where you think others not find it. Pardon me, that's a fantastic tablet. But yeah. Johnny YouTube used to call me, I'm Jaffa. That was a good one, Amjad. That one's a good one as well, Gordo. Are you listening, baby?
Oh.
Gordo's put, I was in Tesco's earlier. A woman opened her handbag and an old TV remote fell out. I picked it up for her and laughed. "Do you always carry your TV remote around with you?" She replied, "No, but my husband refused to come shopping with me, so I thought I would get my own back on the miserable bastard." Oh, but yeah, so yeah, yeah, links up there. I've got to have somebody on panel to join me before I start telling the tale of the liqueurs. Richard says he's got a family trifle in fridge and he's sharing it with himself. But this is it. This is the thing, Tommy. Chris had other half, and he always saves me half. So at the time, I didn't fancy it. So I had to hide it. Yeah, that's fine, Johnny. That's fine. Hi, Crypto. How are you?
Oh, no crypto loss.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's yeah. Me and Chris always share half a bar, but at the time when he had his half, I didn't want any. I didn't fancy it, so I had to. Ooh, Gordo picks his new car up Friday.
Oh, hey, Snowden. Right, I'll cut up.
So
Put in then.
yeah, that's a bit about it really.
Is it 21.6, Gordo?
Same thing. I'm still suffering with my headache from yesterday. Yeah, couldn't calm Mum down all day yesterday. So.
First semi-final since 2014 they were back. Actually, I would get a chance to go.
Well, yeah. Talk about jealous, Ed.
We went last time.
Chris is having to stroke Tucker with one hand and stroke Biscuit with other. Good job he's got two hands in it.
They just snogged each other.
Oh, that's fine, Amjad. You know, you don't have to, you know, you don't have to, it's like Johnny, you know, we don't have to explain why, yeah. Still not trimmed it, have I?
No.
Getting some wire bits now.
I know.
But...
Just getting me mash. Get me food when I eat.
That's your fault for growing one in first place. Anyway, on with the tale of the Monty went to the Rainbow Bridge today, looked very sorry for himself on the back of the tow truck. Ah, that we called your car Monty. But yeah. Anyway, I'll carry on. You know, with the tale. Don't spit your tea out, Richard. Or do you want me to wait and tell it later on? Monty Mondeo.
Yeah.
Well, Richard says he's eating his tea. I don't want him to spit it out. That's the thing.
No, it's alive.
Right. So I'll tell the tale of the the liqueur with chocolate. He says no, carry on. Anyway, when I was married to my ex, Biscuit. Oh, Daddy. Someone look at you and thought, so nice, good to me. Hiya, Scotty. Chris riding behind door. Biscuit come walking in, went and carried on. Yeah. Anyway, so when I was married to my ex, we lived across from this sweet factory. Now, predominantly they used to make boiled sweets, but they used to deliver to a lot of cash and carries, right? So on the travels, they picked up some of these chocolate liqueurs, but only problem was that they weren't sort of wrapped in paper or whatever like normal liqueurs are. They were just in a bag. Bear in mind, they were pound bags, so massive bags like this. Massive bag of liqueurs. So anyway, my mate went to Sweet Factory this particular day. And if she was going to the sweet factory, she's always calling at our house. So anyway, she called in and she says, oh, she says, have you seen these? She says, I think they were £1 a bag or something like that. She says, chocolate liqueurs. She says, so I says to her, thank you, my dear. So I says to her, I says, well, I'm not a fan of liqueurs, you know. I says I don't sort of drink spirits very much anyway, so you know, I were all right with that. So she says, well, you know what's happening later? She says, I'll be sitting down with, you know, a bag of these, watching telly tonight. So she toddles off home. Anyway, next morning she rang me. And she sounded as rough as a butcher's dog. So I says to her, I says, yeah, it is a chocolate story, chocolate liqueurs, Crypto. So I says to her, I says, you sound a bit rough. She says, I know. She says, well, I'm going to tell you a story now. She says, I got back, she says, put my feet up, got these liqueurs out, got them on settee outside on me. She says, I'm watching telly. She says, and I'm, So she says, by the time I looked down, she says, I'd ate near enough the whole bag. Yeah, she says, I've got a terrible hangover this morning. She says, and I feel as sick as a dog. She'd only gone and got pissed on this bag of chocolate liqueurs, because in them they were like whiskey, brandy, rum, port, sherry. But the only problem is they didn't have any wrappers on. So she sort of went, you know what it's like when you sort of just can't stop at one. And we were talking about that last night. So she sat there and she more or less demolished the whole bag, and then wondered why next morning when she got up that she got an hangover. She was pissed as a fart on chocolate liqueurs. Yeah, you couldn't make that up. And she says to me, she says, well, I didn't think they actually put proper, what's it's inside these chocolates. I went, yeah. I says, what do you think they're called liqueurs for? I says, you know what I mean? I says, they've probably come off at production line and run out of papers or something and, wanted to get shut. Oh. But yeah. Now, have you ever heard of anybody getting as pissed as a fart on chocolate liqueurs?
Cheap like that.
Yeah. Well, now you've heard it.
What you having? The pint of Guinness?
She were absolutely rat-ass, because she says, when I looked, and she says there were only a few left in pack, she says, I felt as sick as a dog. So she says, I just had a glass of water and went to bed. She says, but I've got up this morning. She says, I've got this banging headache. She says, and I feel all quiffy. I says, you daft sod. I says, you've got pissed on chocolate liqueurs. But yeah, because it was there, she'd sort of just didn't think note of it. Well, then did. But yeah, that's what she thought, Richard. She says, well, I never knew they put real spirits in them. But yeah, she'd got pissed on chocolate liqueurs. Absolutely rat-arsed. And I says to her, I says, well, it's a good job I don't like them then. I'd have probably been saying. But I said to her, I says, well, why do you think they're liqueurs? Because they've actually got spirits. Normally in them sort of chocolates, they put like the dark spirits, you know, rum, brandy, port, sherry, all the darker ones. Hi, Mike, how are you? Yeah, Gordo says Mrs. G bought him some Guinness scented chocolates. They were Moorish. But this is what I'm saying. Yeah, a lot of people don't realise that they are actually spirits inside. What when I mean spirits, I mean of the, you know, yeah, that variety. So yeah. So that's the funny tale that I told Richard I was gonna tell. But yeah, never heard anybody getting absolutely rat-arsed on chocolate liqueurs in my life. But so if you get another advent calendar this year, Scotty, just be careful and only have one at a time. Crypto says she need 10 bags. But you see, I every now and again, Gordo, I like a brandy and lemonade, but it's very few and far between. But to eat, I mean, chocolate and sort of spirits mixed, you know, I mean, I find them very sickly. But yeah, she didn't realise that she nearly ate a whole bag. Because Richard last night were on about, like with Pringles and this, that, and other, you know, you eat one and then you know, you keep dabbing into them, and before you know it, you've ate the lot. But in essence, Crypto, she were in essence, Crypto, she was mixing the drinks, weren't she? You know what I mean? So that will get you drunk more if you're mixing them. So yeah, she says, well, I've got another bag. She says, I think I let her give my wish. Oh, so yeah. Hiya, Steve. How are you?
Okay.
So yeah, you're a day late, Steve. Yeah, it was Mother's Day yesterday. Oh. But yeah, honest to God, that is is it Thomas, I think? Kent Beer Reviews. Anyway, good evening. Hiya, Joel Lola.
Hang on. Gary!
Oh, right, yeah. Hiya, Gary. But yeah, you've just missed the tale of the chocolate liqueurs.
Sweets.
Well, I mean, I didn't ask about that, Gordo, but yeah, she got a right hangover next morning and felt right quiffy. He says, I'm surprised she didn't touch shits. I mean, but you're not going to share that anyway, are you? Oh, and by the way, they give me shits as well. And Joelle has uploaded a video.
Has she?
Yes.
Oh.
So
watch that. We put it on Facebook, Joelle.
no, it's on YouTube.
I mean, she put the link on Facebook.
So that's that.
I'll have a look.
Sort of moral to that story is, don't sit eating a bag of chocolate liqueurs and not realise that you've ate the old. Oh dear, it blew up his computer. Yeah, moral of the story is, you know, just don't, you know, and keep eating them, and yeah, because you'll be pissed as a fart. So that's the moral to the story. So has anybody got has anybody else got yes, have you got any funny stories to tell? But I keep saying links up there if anybody wants to come on panel. I spoke to your nose bro this afternoon, and he says, I says, how you feeling? And, you know, are you joining us on the baking? He says, yeah, my voice hasn't come back fully. I says, well, here's the solution to that is don't talk. But, yeah, just my sort of dry sense of humour, if you know what I mean. Hi, Wakey. What?
Wakey.
Your teeth, they might work better. Yeah. But anyway. Well, at least there's one thing, Johnny. You know, it's better out than in. That's what, you know, that's what I always say.
When do the clocks change? Saturday, innit?
Yeah. 26, I think.
26.
Yeah. Well. Terry says her sister went on a night out and come back with somebody else's shoe on the foot. Oh dear. Well, they probably look, you know what I mean? You know what beer goggles do, Terry? You know, they make everything look alike. Yeah, they go forward on, well, Friday, Saturday/Sunday morning. It weren't the sister that's got a birthday today, is it, Terry? You know, that's sort of not giving too much away. I've been there many times with the goggles. Oh dear. Wakey says, poor next door neighbour found out he had norovirus last night. Nipped to the lab and coughed violently from both ends. It could be. Yeah. Say no more. Hiya, George. How are you?
Hello, George.
But yeah, I sort of subtly, you know, without giving too much away there, Terry. Yeah. Well, that reminds me, best go put that phone I found. What? It's a bit of a.
Turtle playing in the front row playing.
Hiya, Easy.
Hello, Easy.
Oh, photo. Oh, yeah, that makes sense now. I don't phone. But, well, we're not talking about alcohol. We're talking about these chocolate liqueurs. Did he manage to get out at Skip, Tim? He says, when I were on fair, we were all in the pub and was walking back to the fair. I think it means his pal decided to go skip diving. He was pissed. Oh dear, but there's only one thing, one problem with that, Tim, is if you go skip diving, especially when you're pissed, you know, you've got to make sure that you've got an escape route, because it's hard to get out of a skip. You Yeah. Especially when you're pissed. Oh, at college, you mean, Amjad? So, but yeah, you know what? Oh God! He says Scotty says his dad once ended up in a shopping trolley, got pushed down a set of stairs. That's not good. Easy says I do skip belly flopping, but it's one of them things. If you know, you know. And I do know. Oh dear. But yeah. Crypto says I'm not saying anything what I get up to when I'm drunk. Probably all bad. Yeah. I think what Chris is trying to say is he went on Raswick lads, got the last bus home, fell asleep on the bus and ended back at the bus depot. I have heard that one before, but it does still make you laugh. Took him 3 hours to walk it back. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Meanwhile, I become a womble and start picking rubbish up. Well, a couple of times, but yeah, I can't say I've really had. Yeah, I can't really say that I've done things like that when I've been pissed.
You're a goody toe shoes.
No, not really. Probably I have done, but I can't remember. Oh, that no, wrong way. I made that, Steve. The logo. Yeah, I made that. It means that I did that myself. Yeah, Tommy says he's picked up 2 atomic radio. What are they in essence then? Radio controlled clocks. They set themselves to an atomic clock by radio signal. Turns out they're tuned into the German radio. Well, they're not much cop then, are they?
Did you get Radio Luxembourg?
Richard's done something similar. I fell asleep on train.
30 minutes away.
Crypto says I know one time couldn't get a taxi home. So cousin flashed a bulb to pull a taxi. That's one way of doing it anyway, Crypto. Tim says his brother. Is that the yeah. Oh yeah, his twin brother. And he got that drunk, he had to push him back in fair in a trolley. Oh dear. Gary's fell asleep in an edge. But yeah, I mean, you know, I probably have got up to all sorts when I was drunk, but I can't remember none on it. Oh yeah, I forgot. Like Germany and France are an hour in front of us, aren't they? It says so. At last, I'll be early for the first time in my life. Well, it's got its ups, hasn't it? You know what I mean, Tommy. Yeah. You know, you thinking it's a certain time, but forgetting that that's an hour in front. So yeah, win a chicken dinner. So Johnny's put, hey folks, get your asses up on panel. I've been going 40 minutes and nobody's joined me yet. Oh, oh God, I can't imagine. Oh God,
Just push it back in for me. I'm bloody doing it.
oh no, no, thank you. It seems to be becoming a reoccurring thing. Jo says she, when she was about 20, fell asleep on train. And then somebody woke her up and it were on final stop and it were miles away from home. Tim fell asleep on bus after working night shift and woke up in Glasgow. Oh dear. Okay, then, Steve. You know, I mean, no rush, no, you know what I mean. Don't worry about it, Steve. But that's the thing, Gary. It's like alcohol. I could take to leave it. I only normally drink at Christmas,
Gary?
but not to that extent that, you know, I do stupid things. Oh.
Nicked him out the hand.
They must have been drunk to a chips that you were just about to throw in bin.
Dropped them all off. So I landed on thing.
Oh! Richard says he dislocated his shoulder when he fell in snow and he had to shove it back in by push. Oh no!
You got a long way around Partners like me.
Yeah, but Partners weren't pissed.
No.
They were just tired. So, you know what I mean? We'll excuse that one, Partners. But yeah, all rested tales included alcohol.
It was 3 morning when I had to walk out. It was 6 when I got in.
But yeah. No, Christian Tatum.
No.
He said he dropped his chips. He went to pick them up to put them in bin. And just as they were about to put them in bin, somebody nicked them off him. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, you're welcome to them. You know, don't.
I hope you got brothers next.
I'm going to say, don't be surprised if you get shits next morning. You know what I mean? But yeah. Ooh. But this is the thing. I mean, a lot of times I can feel, like my shoulder, I can hear it clicking. And it's like you lift it up sort of to put it back in its socket, but it's only subtle, not sort of like a full-on dislocation thing. But yeah, I mean, clicking a broken finger back in, or, you know, clicking a... Tommy got bus from town and fell asleep, and he ended up back where he started.
Yeah, that was me.
Tommy said,
he
says, driver woke me up at the terminus, stayed on bus, and then woke up back in town.
I was upstairs on back seat, me. Sprawled out.
Oh yeah. There's no worse than sorting night before's kebab, Scotty. Yeah, yeah. Well, they call them scrubbers anyway, round Sheffield.
Scrubbers. Dirty mingers.
Oh, God, Richard. Ooh. But the thing is, when you dislocate your shoulder, even at hospital, they have to give you them horse tranquilizer stuff to not, was it ketamine? Ketamine to pop it back in. So God knows how you managed it without no, well, yeah, you got alcohol in your blood, but you know what I mean?
Morning, I bet it would hurt then.
I bet. You know what I mean? Even in hospital, they have to give you that ketamine, and they'll say to you, well, once you come round, you'll not remember a thing. You know what I mean? Because they have to give that stronger, because it is painful. Well, I look at it this way, Joel. If you don't remember somebody's name, the night wasn't all that memorable anyway. Just saying.
What's your name, baby?
Hiya, Brad. How are you?
Hello, Brad, lad.
But yeah, that is one of the worst places to dislocate is your shoulder and your knee. Oh, I've seen some right, ooh, some right humdingers with you. Richard says, Doc said go swimming, it will help, and it dislocated in the pool. I was going round in circles. But this is the thing, Johnny. One of the worst places you can do a dislocation is your shoulder and your knee. They two are the worst places, you know, to dislocate. I mean, I've seen some right horrible sights. I mean, you know, like 24 hours in A&E when they've dislocated the knee and it sort of contorts out of all, you know what I mean? But, you know, like the shoulder, it's like a ball and socket, isn't it? So if the ball dislocates from the socket, it drops down. So that's a lot harder to get back in place because you sort of like got to pull it and shove it, if you know what I mean. At least you didn't fall, Amjad. That's the main thing. You. I thought it were a field and a bush, and it was somebody's.
Yeah, I was having a dump.
Oh, it's got to be horrible. Okie dokie then, Johnny. You are a good one. But that'd be Chris Tommy. He says but this is the thing, Tim. I've never broken anything in my life. I've never broken it. I mean, Chris is, you know, walking. What's it?
Walking wounded me.
Oh dear! Should have seen the look Ronnie gave me because I wouldn't share my southern fried chili mayo sandwich. Well, you think he was starved? On tour dogs, Gordo. You know what I mean? Biscuit is one of the best fed dogs, I think, in the whole of Yorkshire. And it looks like you with these like
Greedy little sod.
puppy dog.
Say, I have a party, me, when I don't have to share my food with Biscuit.
But yeah, I mean, I'm lucky in that respect. I've never broken a bone in my life.
2 knuckles, 4 knuckles, wrist twice, big toe, chip me bone out my elbow.
See what I mean? Walking disaster, that one over there.
Well, those knuckles, they were all for boxing. They were boxing.
I mean, when I say I can feel me, not like a full-blown dislocation, but because I've got arthritis in my shoulder, I can feel it sort of like slipping a bit, and it's really painful. And it gets to a point where I can't even pick a cup of coffee up or nothing. So I just sort of like try and lift my arm up so it eases it back in, if you know what I mean.
You know when Jeanette stands up, it's like opening a creaky door.
Gordo said he had a season ticket to A&E. But yeah, you know what I mean? I'm lucky in that respect. I never broke a bone. I've never actually, I've had a sprained ankle. I mean, that was painful enough. So God knows how people go on with broken bones. Oh God. Crypto says she shattered her elbow. Ooh. Anyway, my eldest son, he's 30. How old is he this year? 37. Right. Anyway, him and his pal were out one day. And of course, lads being lads, they were climbing trees. And anyway, so my lad fell out the tree. So they come home. I know what you mean, Gordo. Anyway, so he come home and he says, his pal says, he just fell out a tree. He says, and his wrist hurts. So anyway, I put a bandage on it, and then we were complaining it were hurting him. So I took him to I rung doctor something, says come bring him down to surgery. I think it was Saturday. So I text him down to surgery, looks at it, and he says I think he's just badly sprained it. So yeah, right. So he bandaged it back up for him and everything. Ooh. Anyway, see you later, Amjad. See you later. Have a good one. Anyway, so gets up next morning and it will like.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I don't know. I'm not allowing you to be abandoned.
No, I feel all abandoned. Anyway, so cutting a long story short, by the time he got up next morning, his hand had swelled. It was like double size. So,
my mum sold the house. That was quick, wasn't it?
Oh, didn't it have to go to auction then, Johnny?
Just prior to auction, somebody put in above everybody else's bid, and she's accepted it. So.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good
I've got
outcome, Johnny.
I've got 56 days to clear the rest of house and gardens and everything else.
Anyway, so I took him down to A&E. They did an X-ray on his wrist, and he got like an hairline fracture right on his wrist joint. Now, some people say that these hairline fractures are worse than actual fractures.
Well, clean breaks are easy to heal, aren't they?
Yeah, but this were like a hairline fracture. It were a break, but it were a hairline anyway. So they put it in a pot and everything, and they says, do you want any pain relief? I said, no, I'm all right. So she says, you mean to tell me you did this yesterday and you've got an hairline fracture and it's not hurting? He went, no. Believe it or believe it not, he just thought it were a nasty sprain. I did until I got up next morning and it were like double size. But yeah, didn't have any pain relief at all. Pot come off after 6 weeks.
Call it morning glory. They call it morning glory, don't they?
But anyway, so yeah, I were amazed, and I says, you mean to tell me he's fractured his wrist and he's got no pain? They couldn't believe it, and they just put it down to him having a high pain threshold.
When you've been in pain all your life, a bit of, it's a weird thing. That's why I like tattoos. It's pain that I'm like asking for rather than fucking not.
But it's like me, Johnny. I'm that riddled with arthritis. You get used to the pain. So, it's only under certain... I have partners, by the way. Only under... What? Oh, are they them floating things?
No, them ones for... No, these aren't.
Ah.
Yeah. Well, kind of floating.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't believe it.
I can't move for stuff. I ain't said nothing. I ain't said no to anything.
And when he says that, folks, he literally means it. He does not say, no to anything that's free.
I'm doing gardening stuff tomorrow at Shed. So it looks like I'm going to have a new...
Well, at least is one thing, it's gone now. You know what I mean? It's gone and she can rest easy, But the only problem being...
I've got the loft to clear, the shed to clear, and I need to bring over the chest freezer here because I'm having that. And then all the gardening stuff, but it's got big fancy ornaments and gardening.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the thing, Johnny. You've got 56 days in which to do it, so there's not, in essence, no rush.
I just done 56 days. I've lost count.
Eh?
And I've just done 56 days.
But it's one of these things, Johnny. It's got to be done. You can't.
About getting somebody in to lay some flags next to the car, to make the driveway a bit wider so she's not walking on the grass.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
When you've done enough, love, I'll get somebody in. So, fuck you, Will. A row of flags and a few bags of sand. I'm not having somebody charge fucking hundreds of pounds just to do that.
Well, this is the thing.
Spot a garden, they'll make you change.
A lot of people are, well, put it this way, they don't have any scruples and they don't think twice at sort of ripping old age pensioners off. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you're thinking. It's like I didn't let the bloody van company, didn't let the removal company diddle.
Well, this is it. You've got, you've got her interest at heart, and you're not going to let anybody rip her off.
But this way, the car had done 133,000 when I started helping her move. Right, it's done 155.
Oh,
that's right. No, it's done about another 2,500.
Wow!
In about 7 weeks.
Wow!
Put that new part on yet? It's stopped doing it. I might have just cleared its lungs out a bit now, I don't know. I was getting a P505, something to do with air. Thing on throttle body. So I ordered a new part, and it hasn't come back on since.
Well, it's sod's law, isn't it?
Well, I stripped that throttle body and cleaned it all, and I didn't clean the little vents on the side because you had to take it apart to do that. But it must have cleared it all out now, so but I'll keep it as a spare part for when it does.
But
let's say going up and down motorways so many times probably cleared it out.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Doing all right on motorways, actually. Yeah.
Are you ever broke any bones at Portnest?
I broke a metatarsal in my right foot many, many years ago, and I've dislocated my right shoulder twice.
Oh. Metatarsals, them little tiny bones, aren't they? In your
It's
foot?
a bone. It's a bone in your foot.
Yeah.
I've electrocuted myself about 5 times. I've dislocated his shoulder twice. I broke all the toes in that foot. I broke the 2 fingers in that punching through a door once.
You're about as accident prone as him over there.
And I totally knackered my spinal cord by falling against the wall.
Gaffer says I had scruples, but they got infected and the doctor took them out.
Did you make a small incision?
Oh dear.
What's that over there? Snip.
Yeah, when you're
Gary
going
says
about
he-
falling asleep.
He did his metatarsal playing football.
Yeah, when I first did my short switch, so I give 6 hours in A&E. Next time I just
Bex broke his metatarsal, didn't he?
for weapon style.
Do that again, partners.
Didn't Beckham break that bone in his foot?
Oh, yeah.
Getting all the technical.
Yeah, kick Victoria up a bony ass. That's what you did.
But yeah, I mean, like Terry says, falling over and downstairs many times. This is how lucky I am, right? Somebody give me like it was a big like turtle cushion or turtle, whatever you want to call it. It was like a turtle. So anyway, kids were going to bed one night and they wanted to take it with them, and I says no, leave it at bottom of the stairs. I says, and then when you come down in the morning, I says you can do whatever you want with it. I says, but you
I
ain't
fallen up the stairs, Crypto. I just said, leave me here. I said, about 3/4 of the way.
yeah, right. That's a common occurrence with me falling upstairs. So anyway, this particular morning, I gets to the top of the stairs, puts my foot on one of the steps, and it must have been the slippers that I'm wearing, and it just like slid. So I did a somersault, and guess what I landed on? I ended up landing on turtle at bottom of the stairs. Now, how lucky is that?
That's called turtle power.
This is what I'm saying. I've never broken, it was like literally from top to bottom at stairs. But sort of when I slid, I sort of fell forward and gravity did rest, and I sort of somehow did a somersault.
Tracy fell down ours and ended up needing that spinal operation. So,
But yeah,
you've seen our steps, how steep they are.
yeah.
It's a concrete floor at the bottom. So she fell down there a few years ago now. She fell down it just at Christmas time. And it took like a year.
Derek says you're lucky it was a turtle head. But yeah, how lucky is that? You know, of all the places. Same as I say, you know what it's like with kids. They want to take everything and all unsundry to bed, and I kept saying, no, leave it. Well, what? You know, just leave it at bottom of the stairs.
No, I'm leaning on cushions here, Chris.
What a live turtle. What live turtle was it?
Oh, and that I can remember another one.
It was totally awesome.
We went swimming with school, and after we'd swum, they always used to let us go to like cafeteria upstairs, right? So anyway, so we goes and has his drink and whatever, you know, whatever else. And the stairs down were these like dead hard stone stairs, right? Guess who went down every single one of them on a arse?
Did you do it EastEnders?
Yeah. Quite literally from top to, because it was like our stairs, you know, you got like about a dozen stairs going down, and then a thing, and then going right first lot. Yeah, I was like going down these stone steps. Well, suffice.
That reminds me, Tim, I fractured my skull once falling out of a tree, so there's that as well. Only a kid then, though. That you bounced quite well as a kid.
Ooh.
But yeah,
our primary school had a row of
Tim's
trees
been
all the way
took
along
the sound
the
of it.
playground. I just used to climb them all the time. Old dinner lady freaking out. Get down!
so suffice to say, the next morning when I got up, my arse cheeks were black and blue.
Chris.
That was before I met when I was a kid. Oh God, you were very lucky there, Tim. Somebody were looking at in them sorts of situations. Like I said to Johnny the other night when he said he'd electrocuted himself, I always think that somebody's looking down on you. He said he
Yep.
fell out a tree onto some metal spikes. Doctor told me that. he was
Somebody were
looking
looking down at me and they went, "Hey, look, what's this twat flying across the garden?" Oh, I didn't have jolt with that.
But yeah,
You're right.
I mean, but I did say on like Saturday night, you know, it could have been worse, Johnny. You know, it could have gidget full. You know,
I should have checked my meter while there after I'd finished. See because
but yeah, you know what I mean. It's
I'm
there
selling
you
that
know,
car.
there's certain situations I think where, you know, like me falling from top to bottom at stairs and
I'm
landing
not
on that
asking
cushion
about
right
that
at
car.
the bottom. You know, I was very, very lucky. I could have broke my back or anything, broke any bone. You know what I mean? Hi, Scarce, how are you?
Oh,
The next episode, that caravan's going for sale. I want it out. I'm not even messing about with that other one. Can't be out.
Did you say it were leaking again, Johnny?
On the end, it's got like a big end cap that goes on the end of the caravan. Well, the sealer across the top must be knackered.
Oh,
I moved all the cushions to put my plant seedlings and all that there. They were bloody sopping wet.
is that? I get mixed up. Is it the newer caravan that's leaking?
Yeah, I'm never impressed with it. I'm not even going to tell people straight. I'm not going to diddle anybody. I'll just tell them what's up with it. And
Yeah. Want
it's
it
got the
done.
awning. It's all the electrics work. I've tidied it all out and redecorated it. It looks nice. It just needs the end leak. It needs something to go up on the top, clean all the crap off the trim, and then just redo the trim. But
Yeah. I mean, it'd be all right, wouldn't it? I mean, it's sort of one of these things where it's got to be a project, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But watering dresses, caravan's
I'll-
biggest enemy.
I'm not
Damn.
telling any poor kids. I'll tell them what's up with it. And that's why I'm going to
Well,
sell
that's
it.
it.
It's got a motor mover on it, full aluminium chassis. The tyres are new on it. They'd only just been done when I got them, the tyres on it. So,
Bria says she cracked her head open on her radiator when she were little. But yeah, you know what I mean.
and then I'll have my garden clear. I'll be able to park my trailer behind the gates. I'll be able to park my car behind the gate.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more space. Hi, Gus, how are you?
Tracy under now. I said, look, love, if you don't get rid of it now, it's not going to be worth shit.
It's just going to piss water in, Johnny, and then everything that in that caravan is going to be ruined.
Nothing I
totally.
couldn't do, but I don't see the point. So. Give somebody a nice project. It's a belting caravan.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, what somebody that's got time and space and you know sees it as a project and make a nice little caravan. But they've got to put the time and effort in whatever.
I fixed completely, put a whole new frame in it, a lot. So it's just that end that needs sorting out.
Yeah. It's
now I've moved all the cushions and cleared everything out of the way. It started drying up already, but it might be.
It's like this, Johnny. You've got too much on your plate as it is without worrying about, you know, going and doing whatever to it. You know, you've got enough on.
I've already got a trailer behind that caravan to work on as it is behind the caravan.
But yeah, you know what I mean. The same as you said, you know.
That 1984 one that I ripped the shit out of still doesn't leak at all, and no damp, no nothing.
That's it.
And
That's
the
it.
2001 that leaks like a fucking sieve. It has a big like plastic end cap to the actual caravan.
Yeah.
On that top bit where it's going.
Yes, that's probably where it's getting in.
So
But yeah, me and Chris were talking today. We're on about going to newspapers about that cock because it's still here.
It's still there.
3 weeks down the line and it's still there.
They just reported it at DVLA.
Yeah, DVLA. Chris has reported it to council twice. They said they were going to sort it and it's still there. You know what I mean? I says, well, there's no other way. Just going to have to get in touch with, you know, well, Sheffield Star or whatever, and say, well, look, we've had an abandoned car on our road for 3 weeks. Got in touch with council, DVLA, and nobody's done jack shit about it. I can remember you telling me about that, Richard. This is a fell downstairs on Boxing Day morning about 10 years ago, landed in the living room with no clothes on. Hello, everybody. Can you imagine if it one of them situations where, you know, you're having family over and you went downstairs and did that? Sorry, I'm late, guys. He's standing there with no clothes on. Oh, dear me. I can just imagine. But
Well,
is he
it's
supposed
a
to-
distinct possibility if you walk in on me when I'm home. Yeah. I like to be, as nature intended.
yeah. Well, I mean, I make no, you know.
Like the last turkey in the shop with muscles, basically.
Johnny says I'm like last turkey in shop, but with muscles. Oh, that's a good one, Johnny.
Like a freak out version of Sam Smith.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Says they're only going to bog. I hope I tell you something, Richard. You know about it at Johnny's because he stares us like that.
It's called taking the risk.
Something.
He says it. Can you imagine if in-laws had been around?
An Irish man with size 4 feet made our staircase.
Oh dear.
That'll do.
Yeah, I've noticed that, Johnny, because when you put your foot on your stairs, you know, you sort of have to put it at an angle because you've got that. Yeah, they're very they're not very broad.
I'm a 12. I have to bloody go up like fucking a penguin.
Oh dear. It makes you wonder, you know, people that, you know.
I took the staircase apart and I've made the steps wider and then put it all back together. And it was just even more fucking dangerous, but with a lip.
We've just been on about that, Scarce, about what we're most unusual. You know, predominantly it's either falling asleep on a bus or a train.
Yeah,
says
I've
it's
done that on
last
train.
night.
Well, when I used to work in the office in Centre Leeds, I'd sometimes get the train. Anyway, I've had a monthly pass. It only covers me from Leeds to Halifax. And there was one time I fell asleep on the train. I woke up just as the train was leaving the station at Halifax. So my pass didn't cover me beyond Halifax.
Oh,
So next station,
you're an illegal then.
Wrebden Bridge. So if I'd have been caught, I'd have had to pay
A fine.
or something. Yeah. Anyway, I got off the train. I managed to get out at the station. Nobody challenged me, so I had to get a bus home because my pass covered me. It were for bus and train. So
that seems. Yeah, Scarce has said it at the end of the line. But that seems to be that, you know, a common occurrence because Chris has just said he.
Did your baseball slide the barrier, partners?
They want the barrier. No, don't an automatic barrier or anything like that.
Hiya, Joel.
Hey, Janet.
Let's
Hi, Cherry.
All in the chat.
Hi.
But yeah, that's the
Sorry, I'm
general
little
consensus. Somebody or nearly
Everybody's
everybody.
bloody late. That's why I had to come up. I was laid on this bed here.
Cherry.
I thought I'm not leaving Jeanette on her own after 15 minutes.
Mr. Snoopy there at back.
Yes, I've got a friend.
Uh,
This is my lover at the moment.
Don't be starting with toys with me, so I'll well outmatch you, Joe. Can't beat me toy-wise.
well, I'm forever thankful to a turtle at Bottom Stairs.
Which one were it? Raphael? Leonardo?
Did it come with pizza?
It saved my life. Well, it didn't.
What's
it
all
could have been a lot worse. Put it that way.
That poor bleeder's life.
Donatello, wasn't it?
No,
Donatello.
I never gave him another thought once I'd landed on him.
Hi, dinosaur.
Nice
So-
one.
It's a good job it were a soft plush toy.
Michelangelo or the one.
It bounces this one, look.
Well, I don't know. Donatello, Raphael. Well, I don't know. What's the name of Turtles?
Joel, I've got a proper original Fozzie bear in there.
Ah,
Tina bought. I lost my Fozzie bear when I was 7.
Michelangelo, Chris
Tina
said.
bought me one. Tina bought me one for my
it's
birthday.
a nursery rhyme that Fuzzy Wuzzy was. There's a nursery rhyme with bear.
I know.
Teddy bear, turn around. Teddy bear, touch the ground. Teddy bear, tie your shoes. Teddy bear, goodbye to you. Oh, I know
Heard
some
that one.
rhymes.
Go see if I can find him.
But Fuzzy
Leonardo,
Wuzzy was a
Michelangelo,
bear. It's
Donatello, and
a
Raphael.
famous one, a popular one. Don't you know it? No.
I've never heard that one.
Okay. All right. Maybe it's in my dream. Oh, let me
Tim's saying, yeah,
see.
there's a
Fuzzy Wuzzy.
song called Hang On Snoopy, Hang On.
No,
I
it's
see
Snoopy.
spider
Not
on
Snoopy. Snoopy's Charlie Brown's Beagle.
yes,
Just think of the McCoy song.
the beagle.
Well, that's something to do with an aeroplane,
Don't
Snoopy.
think so.
I always thought that were to do with an aeroplane. Just Gary.
Fuzzy Wuzzy, I've got it on
It
internet.
sounds like the wheels on the bus go round and round. Oh, do you know something, Gary? Callum used to drive me nuts with that when he were a kid. Because they used to be like he used to watch a lot of kids' TV, but they'd had a bit more on it, you know, with wind wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish.
Not that McCoy.
I played ball.
See you later, Scars.
See, guys, lad.
But yeah, you know what I mean? And they sort of added bits to it, as well as wheels going round, window wipers going, and
I can't find Fozzie, but I found a giant.
oh, Angelina Ballerina.
Oh,
Say hello to me 6-foot carrot.
okay, the big one. Oh,
Yeah, it's a big one.
oof.
Glad she didn't want the bloody Mr. and Mrs. and the bloody babies as well in that size.
But yeah, there were more to it, Gary. There were the
Basically,
driver on the bus goes beep, 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 beep. Yeah, he could go on for hours, I Callum singing that, and he drove us round twist.
My mum used to say 50 pence whoever puts Blackpool Tower, even though we weren't going to that coastline.
Oh dear. But
But
yeah,
I've got the Fuzzy Wuzzy one. It's Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't really fuzzy, was he?
That's a bugger when you're French, isn't it?
It's on the top.
try saying that when you're drunk.
Yeah, imagine that a tongue twister.
Richard says his kids were mad on that bus crap. Yeah, Callum used to drive us nuts, and he'd sing it
Kevin the carrot.
constantly.
When in Leeds, he used to see the wheels on the bus have been stolen.
Oh, the wheels on the bus. I know that one.
You know what I mean? And when you sort of
Wheels on the
they're
bus.
going round in circles, you know, wheels on bus, and then wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish. Oh God!
Oh, Jeanette drilling into Ailey's walls, concrete walls on that flat today was fun. The bloody drill bit were
I
glowing.
didn't know that.
So what you been doing today, Johnny?
Putting up TV brackets. That's the size that bolts are put in, so it ain't coming out.
God.
I nearly went next door with drill. I had to step up the drill bit as well because the wall, solid concrete wall. So it ain't coming out now. Anyway.
This is my soft.
Bordeaux says like the wheels on bus, and he says not in Bristol they don't have.
I put the bracket up and then I climbed up onto the wall like Spider-Man style to make sure it wouldn't come back up. I think next door wasn't happy, but who gives a shit? You know, it's,
And that is the reason why I know that is Angelina Ballerina, because that were another one of Callum's favourites. Even though we sort of, you know, we were a boy, he loved Angelina Ballerina.
you only
Ah,
paid £6 for that.
Selena. Oh.
So yeah, so it's etched in my brain, you know, Angelina Ballerina and.
Oh, hang on.
Hey.
His legs go up and down.
Those legs are like sticks.
Yeah, the metal poles. I'll tell her that tomorrow. But she doesn't know that.
Yeah, John has just realised the legs go up and down.
Meaning that you have a granddaughter and that you have a daughter as well, Johnny.
Little Keena that lives
You've
with
got
me.
that. It's a pinky one.
Well, Joelle, little Keena that lives with me, she's my granddaughter, but I brought her up since you were born.
Ah.
Her mum doesn't even live in this part of the country. So let's put it that way. But everything's fine.
Finger man.
My eldest is next generation is 20.
Oh.
No, my eldest is 26, sorry, and then my youngest back is to 20.
Right.
Keena.
Yes, he
So
was
I'm doing it
busy all those years
doing it
ago.
all again.
Yeah, I mean, so in actual fact, yeah, Keena's his granddaughter, but they brought her up, so yeah, essentially
She calls me dad, even though she knows I'm not.
Yeah.
I sat down and told her I'm not. You know,
Oh
but
God,
she-
Tweenies and Balamori, they were two of Callum's favourites.
Well, when you call him granddad, they put grand on the end for a reason, and I am a granddad. That's what they are. Each clock there is the time of my grandchild's birth and the name next to it.
Oh, nice.
You know what those
And
remind me of?
it's like this. When Johnny's filling any forms out, he has to put it's complicated.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've School, though. There's no need for that anybody at school to know whether she is or she isn't. So,
No,
you know,
this is it. It's nobody's business.
when I'm picking up from
Nobody's
school,
business,
just say
only your
your
own.
dad's here. When I'm picking up from school, to say your dad's here, and then no questions ever need to be asked.
Yeah. That's it. Nobody. It's nobody's business. At end of day.
And I'm
You know
not
what I
being
mean?
funny. I'm not much older than any of the parents that are there anyway.
But this is the thing. Essentially, you are a dad because she's only known you as a dad.
I was the first one to elder when she was born.
Oh.
After 8 years, I'm
Well,
still.
you'll always have that connection.
Yeah.
She was born 3 months premature. She was
And
literally.
it's even
that big.
stronger. It's even stronger, that kind of bond, because
She was
Yeah.
born 2 pounds 8 ounces. Literally, her head was here, and the legs were there.
oh,
Tiny little dog.
tiny.
You can't tell now. She takes. She's sports fanatic. She's strong as an ox.
And she's the same in real life as she is when she's
Yeah.
on panel. When you see her on panel, she's just the
Yeah.
same.
She's a nosy little ass.
And this is the
You
thing.
wouldn't have her any other way.
This is
She
the
won't ever
thing.
get cooked on. She's a miniature version
She
of
doesn't
me.
want for anything at all. Nothing. I mean, you want to see. Yeah.
Well, she's got her own garden. Literally her own garden.
Oh, she wants for nothing.
Yeah.
Got a
Exactly.
trampoline, a pirate ship. She's got her own 2-story bloody house thing now. You know?
Oh yeah, she's even got her architectural skills in what's it? You know, I want this wall painting this colour, and I want string lights, and then the remote control, and yeah, she's got it all worked out.
Oh, yeah.
She'll be project manager when she grows up.
A bed is a house. A bed is a house that all remote control lights up as well. I made that. Well, I
But
made
yeah,
that.
she's got it all worked out what she wants, and you know, she's very adamant to what she wants, and you know, she's
Spoiled
got
little
it all worked out.
Yeah. Watching in chat, yeah. I think they're on about
shit. There is
various,
a little house. I'm just built.
various things. I think Richard mentioned this one.
That's a little
Oh,
house.
zippy. But I mean, it's like you're showing your age when
I swear that puppet were doing a line behind counter and turning you off his nose.
Well, it does.
you know what I
actually,
mean. Like when you can remember play school, and what window are we looking at today?
A round window.
The arched window.
Today we're looking at the window the council put in, so it's all right.
The one that's a bit wonky and not sealed round edges.
For God's sake, don't lean on it, sticker.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, that was it when it were in the other garden. There
We
was some
don't
whopping
hear
spiders.
Tim's burping.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, she's taken over the role as Joelle.
No.
But when she tries it, it not happen. Bria says tonight today we're looking up through the boarded up window.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh dear.
I think they're on about Rainbow.
Gordo says play school teaching how to be peeping toms. No.
Early up kids children's channel on today for Caroline, and I'm singing.
Hey, Richard.
Oh, Richard.
Stairway to Heaven.
You need to.
Okay, that's not a Led Zeppelin reference.
Yeah, I think it is. Well, I think you're more falling down. It's Stairway from Heaven.
Stairway to Hell.
Well, that link,
Highway to Hell would be more appropriate.
that link I've just put in
AC/DC.
chat. You really need to watch that video. It is so funny. I've put a link in. It's absolutely hilarious.
Which
It's
one's that, Richard?
a link. I've put it in chat. It's like some people, they're road workers, and they're taking the mickey out of Rainbow, and he does his impersonation. It's
I
unbelievable.
think I've seen
I've
that.
just dropped a link in a similar vein. It's a Zippy and George doing Top Gear. Hilarious.
Unbelievable.
But that'd be funny.
But I used to love that. I think it's brilliant. That Zippy.
That way to heaven, oh yeah, of course.
Did you have Zippy in France? Zippy and Bungle and all that.
Only the Prime Minister.
That link I put in. They're working. They work the tarmackers, and they're working on road, and this lad hasn't turned up, and they just.
Another WEF puppet.
It's really good.
The French Prime
George
Minister.
is sat there saying, "But he was very ill yesterday, Jeffrey." And Zippy goes, "No, he fucking wasn't silly. He was on the piss all night." Brilliant.
This is
Rainbow one.
this is. I mean, it was so unrealistic. How many bears do you see out in wild that wear pajamas?
No, but most of the time they don't wear anything. But
What,
when
you
he
just
just
made
when he
me
wears
laugh.
jams,
Oh,
or when
I'm
he's
not a bear, I'm just a big
got a
guy.
towel around his waist.
Remember, there were a female bird called Susie or Suki or something she was called, right? And they'd say, "Oh, she's going swimming today. She's going to the beach. She put a swimming costume on, but she just spent the last half hour naked." What were all that about?
It's same with Sue in Sooty.
Well, when
That's
things
what
get
I'm
wet,
about.
Richard, they stand out a bit.
She'd be there in the buff, and then when she goes swimming, she puts clothes on.
Do you know he was
She
Harry
was probably a
Ramsden's nephew?
naturist, and because they were going to the beach, and meant she got cover up.
It's not that.
There's
Things look a
a
bit
video on
different.
YouTube somewhere, and they do like it's all same people, all same actors and everybody, but it's like it's all double entendres, if you will. And
Yeah.
yes, George, I'd love to play with your maracas and all this business. And, George has got his dangler out.
The rude version of Zippy
It's
and
brilliant.
yeah.
It's brilliant.
No, they did actually do that. Cast and Crew, they did one that was unofficial, but they actually made one. They were actually cast and crew.
Oh,
George
dear.
On about his twanger.
Zippy does like
It was just
dangler.
absolutely loaded with innuendos.
Hey, look, can you remember bananas in pajamas? Now, how many bananas do you know that wear pajamas?
Well, no, I don't know any.
Well, that answers my question. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think, to be honest, I think all kids' programs were like that, just silly. I mean, I've never known there being a dragon lived on the moon, but there were with clangers, you know, under
They did drop a clanger with that one.
That would have been a bit of a shock, that, to Neil Armstrong. He gets out of his spaceship and there's a lot of bloody clangers there living under distant moons.
You can't understand.
They're looking at him thinking, you thought you were the first? We've been here for years. What we call the soup dragon.
Oh,
You know.
dear. But yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? It like back in the day when we were kids, we wouldn't question, you know, bananas wearing pajamas or, you know, sooty and
Yes,
sweet, you know.
nonsense, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what was that guy called who lived in Dustbin on Sesame Street? Lived in a dustbin.
Oscar the Grouch.
That's it, Oscar. You know, it was just all stupid when you look back. You know, you tried to show modern day kids that kind of stuff, they'd think we were simple.
And what about Big Bird? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many 9-foot birds have you seen in
Mm.
I haven't seen, to be fair, I haven't seen a grouch in a bin. I haven't seen an ostrich called
Hi,
Octavian.
Tracy.
Oh, I've seen a grouch in a bin.
A monkey. There were a monkey as
Tracy.
well. What was a monkey called? Top off and big and all right, with hardly the hair.
I put the
But
6
yeah,
foot
you know what I
back
mean.
on it.
You have all this in France, Joelle.
Huh?
Are you keeping up with the conversation here?
Yeah,
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 yeah, all these
things
things
roundabout.
Work away from accents, a poor bugger.
Did you have all these silly children's programs in France?
That can be silly as well. Huh? I mean,
You know what I mean? Like back in the day, people wouldn't sort of bat an eyelid at a 7-foot big bird.
Lemonade enchanté.
I was looking at your flowers.
Well,
earlier
you've got
on,
so
Joelle.
shit faced, you've seen a pink elephant, a 6 foot bird's not.
Oh, Tracy's standing and nodding.
Oh, my kissing a 7 foot bird, it's going to be creeping me neck.
But yeah, he were a bit of a raunchy one and all, Andy Pandy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can ring my bell.
And I'll tell you something else. Peppa Pig. When they all fall over laughing, if you did that in real life, you'd really do your back in.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard, half American kids now have got a bloody English accent from Peppa Pig.
Unbelievable.
But you notice though, you know, they don't look straight at you. They've sort of like got a side profile, all of them.
Oh,
When
yeah.
Tracy, Keena has got a Canadian.
Their eyes are on the same side of the head.
Yorkshire
That's
accent.
not good, is it? You know, they're all misfits. They've got 2 eyes on one side of their head.
Remember that TikTok I did with a frying pan and I went, this is Daddy Pig, this is Mummy Pig.
Oh, yeah. And whatever happens, they always end up jumping in a muddy puddle.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Got the guttering out.
Sort of guttering out.
Yeah, oh, everybody off the tits on that magic roundabout.
Magic roundabout, yeah, that was another one, weren't it? Zebedee. He went spring,
Yeah.
weren't he? With spring instead of legs.
Yeah, they change all names as well. They changed it all. So just completely different dialogue.
Tommy says, yeah, but did anybody know where to buy double-sided sticky tape? Not back in that day, Tommy, no.
And here's one I made earlier.
Oh, God. God, ever since I gave the gang kids some bacon lardons, I told them it was a Peppa Pig jigsaw.
Get down, Shep.
Oh, yeah, Blue Peter.
And just
I
twisted
never went into Blue Peter.
Let's build this luxury
You're
5-star
too
toilet.
serious.
Toilet rolls. You
Well, they
can make the
want-
world out of toilet rolls with Blue Peter.
Oh, that
But
was
yeah, I mean, when
fucking-
same as Tim says, Campbellwick Green and Trumpton. I mean, you know, I mean, it's like Fireman Sam. You know what I mean? How can I put it?
And Windy Miller, he always walked out in between them blades. He had that time to a T, didn't he? Windy
Yeah.
Miller.
Yeah.
One day, I
Yeah,
Don't
do you know,
forget,
Right.
do you know there's an
Don't
episode
forget
of Campbell
Button
Green where they actually got drunk on cider?
But
don't forget,
Moon,
we're off to see Mr. and Mrs. Spoon. and Queen
Yeah.
Jelly. All that. I loved all that.
And on Trumpton, they never ever put out a real fire. It was always somebody's cat up a tree or something. Or the
Yeah,
trains
yeah.
stopped and
This
stopped
is what I'm
working.
saying. Nobody batted an eyelid when they're on back in the day.
Can you imagine
But-
ringing fire brigade up to tell them there's a clock on church not working and getting a fire engine out to come and sort clock out?
Yeah, I'll
have
go
to
down
put in a
to
fucking-
Pew Bonnie McGrew, Dibble and Grub.
Well, you know,
And that were your
voiceover.
local, that were it, that were your local fire brigade.
That was it. And the other one, what was they were Camberwick Green, and the other one were called Chigley, I think. Weren't
Yeah, you're right, Richard. It's called Chigley.
they? Chigley, yeah. I think that was the one with the train in it, the Chigley.
Oh,
Chigley.
yeah, that's right. You just reminded me of something.
Different Ed.
There was a funny version of Trumpton. I'll just see if I can
British
find it.
programming has messed our minds. We're all a bit warped.
But it's like sort of that back in the day were like the Aardman animations of today.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You
It
know,
used to be on every afternoon. It was called Watch with Mother, weren't it? Something like that. On the afternoon, we called Watch
Yeah,
with Mother.
Tim says he kept hoping that he'd get it bike sales on Windmill. Can you imagine him flying around on sails at Windmill?
There's one of them that used to disappear in the spinning thing at end, didn't they? With all shapes, and it used to disappear.
The Wombles were good. I like the Wombles.
Yeah.
They were good.
They're very good at picking up litter.
You know that's like again, Wombles is the modern day version. The recycling era, if you know what I mean.
Remember Stig of the Dump? That was,
Oh,
that
Yeah.
that was good. That was quite well made, that.
And Rupert Byrne, Raggetty, who used to live in bushes, always used to just pop out of any random edge. Raggetty was called. He had a spud as an head.
We call them paedophiles now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gordo says you had Play Away, which were the more grown-up version of Play School.
Play away, that's right.
Oh dear.
You did what with parsley? God.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it was
Oh, Rosie
sort
and
of-
Jim, yeah.
Why did Wombles live underground?
I don't know.
Just we're wombling free. It's the only way to live. It's the only way to live free now. Go on the ground.
You know what I mean?
Why in first school did you all sleep in the same bed?
What was that called? The chap, he used to go into a tailor's, change his clothes and bugger off into a different world. What was that called?
Mr. Ben.
Mr. Ben. That was
Then
it.
that's it with bowler hat on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't. The legs go up and down, Tracy. We just found out.
You know, did voiceover on that? Ray Brooks.
What the Ray Brooks is. It was Ray Brooks.
Herb Garden.
Oh, did loads of voiceovers.
But yeah, well, didn't he sort of come after a Big Ben clock type thing?
No. He's
Oh,
wore a
yeah,
suit and a bowler hat.
I can remember him going to the
Yeah,
shop and he's like trying outfits on. He's become that.
Victor, I introduced Keena to Fraggle Rock. She loves it.
But yeah, I can remember
Gordo.
Mr. Ben with bowler hat on and everything.
I don't know what your
That
favourite
looks like Mr. B.
Sam.
Yeah, but there again, Chris has just said about, I know what your favourite cartoon as a kid were, Fireman Sam. But there again,
That too
they
modern.
didn't
for me, that.
actually put any proper fires out.
No. You couldn't really go set it studio. But I'll tell you the worst one, the worst kids program, in my opinion, and you might not remember it, you might do. Michael Bentine's Potty Time. Do you
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that? With bits
He
of
were a
sand,
bit potty though, weren't he?
bits of sand blowing about, and that's all it were. Do you remember that? Michael Bentine's Potty Time.
Weren't he inventor at Finger Mass?
We
Yeah,
can't
that was
forget
another one,
grot
Finger
bags.
Bobs.
Can't forget grot bags.
Finger Bobs, that was another one.
Yeah, Finger Bobs, yeah. They were like all these different, and he used, all it were a piece of card with like googly eyes and, you know.
Yeah.
You said Mr. Ben or Mr. Bean? Because there
Ben.
is the animated
They're two
Yeah.
different
series
things.
as
We have
well
a Bean and a Ben.
of Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean, we have Mr. Bean as well. That's Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine
Gary
trying to-
says Uncle Ben
Yeah.
related to Captain Birdseye.
Uncle Ben, yeah, he meant rice, Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
Uncle Ben,
imagine
not
trying to
right
explain
guy.
finger mouth to somebody.
Eh?
Imagine trying to explain finger mouth.
Oh, yeah. But I
Put
mean,
paper mouth on my
that's
fingers.
sort of, how can I put it? That's how sort of innocent we were back in the day. We'd think, no, with this guy, a finger puppet on his finger, pretending to be a mouse.
No,
I think it'd have been hilarious when he was asking
I
for
mean,
bloody funding for it.
that one with cat in it, and they went to fix stuff with mice.
Bagpuss.
Bagpuss, that was it.
Yeah.
And
No, I didn't
Bagpuss
like
goes
it.
to sleep. All his friends go to sleep. The mice and the mouse garden. Gabriel the Toad and Professor
Same as Tommy says, no expense spared by BBC's prop
Okay.
department. You know what I mean?
Don't forget Roland Rat. Yay.
Remember that? He was
Very
a
well,
bookend
yeah.
in the shape of a woodpecker. We were called our Bagpuss. We used to make that.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
the
and then
animation studio that
progressed
did
on
Magic
to
Engine.
from them finger puppets to morph, made out of plasticine, and then there were a what white one called in
Jazz.
that's the one.
I did my morph. I thought that were all right because that likes
I liked it, but I-
those morph.
That was spin-off from Take Art was more
That's it. Yeah, take all right. Yeah,
a little great Tony Hart.
yeah.
But you know what I mean? You sort of progress from sort of these homemade finger puppets to like that, made out of plasticine, and then you've come sort of full circle with Aardman, whatever they call them. Where they're doing like Wallace and Gromit and things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was the same studio that did Morph.
Who was Pipkin's partner? Bro says.
I remember.
Yeah, that was it. There was Hartley Hare.
That's right. Pig, top off the monkey or something like that. We called top off.
And there was a tortoise.
Well, one called top off and underpants down.
Hey, look, they're dropping like flies. I've got about 20 in 5 minutes. School gone down to 5 now, so.
We're all here, that's why.
They're all on panel. Everybody's going on.
But yeah, it don't make any sense really. You've got all these people in chat. You see, it's shot right,
I make it 10.
to 10.
Pick the damn links. That's all you got to do.
And then they were
Bagpuss.
Because bro says hello when he says what happened. I don't know.
Do you remember Mary, Mungo, and Midge?
Oh, I
Remember
can
that?
remember them.
Do you know? He used to be like a dog with a mouse on his nose, and they'd say, "Always make sure the lift door is closed and the mouse press the button." I remember that, though. All right.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, Tommy. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Anyway, Joelle,
Yes.
you need to alter your settings, then we can leave comments on your video. You've got. it
Oh
set
yeah,
to-
right. That's something I thought to myself
The
earlier.
thing is that
You've got it on children's mode. You need to turn
Yeah,
that
you've
off.
got comments not allowed or something, or you can't comment.
Yeah, comments are
how can I
disabled.
do for that? The thing is
Go
that
to
as
video.
I have 10
Video.
subscribers with no channel, I decided to upload 1 or 2 videos. Thing is that I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, but Gary, doing it
That
on behalf
video
of
with the plants in that we took from your sort of balcony, were it,
Yeah.
in your house? Very
I'm
nice.
like
Very
you,
nice. round
I'm
there.
like in a penthouse.
You live in a penthouse, do you?
Well,
Original
actually,
Penthouse.
I don't own it. It's my mother who owns it. I couldn't afford such. I live
It's very
in
nice.
a flat she owns.
Looks like
So
a nice
therefore,
view.
it's real cheap for me, and I'm lucky enough to be able to be living in that flat. Because in Paris, it's like everywhere, like in England, it's hugely expensive. But the balcony, the terrace, I've got my flowers, and I need nature. I need to.
Are you in the part of Paris where you can see all riots going on a nightly basis then?
You just reminded me of that episode from Bottoms at Hammersmith Riots where they got a ringside seat.
Every time I see out
As I
about
don't have a
France,
garden,
TikTok,
I try to. It's
Is that
hard
any
to
better?
find-
Because I've saw right, they were all saying that live on YouTube off weren't working, so I've just been on it, refreshed it, and it seems like it's
How many
working
people
now.
I noticed was
But because
chat
I
were
don't see
disconnected.
that from my
Yeah,
screen
yeah, I
now.
noticed chat just disconnected. But
How many viewers are there now? Because I don't see that now.
18.
19,
18.
18. Okay.
Be sweet.
As some as I say, I've rebooted it, and it should be all right now.
Yeah, I think it'll be good at the moment.
Baby.
Huh?
Yeah, it weren't working on YouTube.
Got more viewers than I had last night.
Yeah, but it's early days, Richard. You know what I mean.
What a
We're
good
only a
start,
second.
Richard. You had up to 7, 8, almost 10 viewers.
No, it went above that. It got 11, 12 in at one point.
The thing is that you never tell
hey,
us
Richard,
when you
don't worry
go
about it. I'm
live.
permanently banned off this one from going live. I can't go
I'm,
live at all.
I'm watching something on YouTube, and then I see on my screen, Richard, Sunday test. Oh, okay, let's see what's all about. And then I see him all by himself.
Yeah, it's just the story of my life.
The Lonely Ranger.
But the thing is, Richard, I mean, it's like me. What I put like a thing on my community tab and then put a link. You know, don't just set it up and then decide to go in live. Basically, sort of plan it beforehand. Put a link on your community thing, and then whoever's subscribed to you will see that link.
I've got to go on Johnny 5 Plus to go live. Richard,
So, you know what I mean? It's like forward planning. You've got to sort of.
And
You
his
know.
first live was like that in the middle of the night after Janet's live, then AZ's playing live, and then I was there myself in the middle of nowhere. And I was looking at my screen, and then I saw, Richard is live. What the hell is he doing?
You're an hour in front of us, so it must feel really late for you.
That was
I
cute.
mean, it must be
And
10. I'm sure it's 10 to midnight now where you are, isn't it?
I think I was your first viewer then. I don't remember the first live.
I think you were my only viewer at that time.
But
Well,
then
Chris, we were in bed, Richard, and we seen, and he says, "Oh, Richard's live."
I
Don't
It was
messaged
late on, weren't it?
because I messaged Tim and Chris on Facebook, and and then crypto arrived, and this is it. That was really nice. And yesterday you had Scotty as well.
But this is what I'm saying. The more you advertise it, the more people you're likely to get in because you've got.
That's what you name it, Sunday Night Live.
But like Saturday Night Fever.
Do you want to buy a clock cheap? It's bought some clocks, but they're set to German time, so they're all an hour.
Sunday Night Fever with
What about
Rich?
one of those right twice a day clocks?
Yeah, just take battery out.
But yeah, you know what I mean. The best thing is let people know that you're going live, and then that way, people know to join because you get everybody here from here in there.
But
sure
you improvised yesterday as well. You improvised. You decided.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean. But you see, after Sunday's a bit of a slack day, isn't it? Really, if you know what I mean. Not a lot of people. I know Scrapping Irish.
Sunday, I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck happened this weekend?
But you know what I mean?
I get more time off during the week than I do on the weekend.
It's like this. You've got to let people know that you're going live. You know, think beforehand. Oh, I'm going to go live Sunday, but not leave it till last minute. I mean, I could do a thumbnail for you, Richard, if you want. Hiya, James. How are you?
Hi, James.
You, James.
Hello, James.
You see, when Tim decided he was going live last week in place of Your Nose Bro, I just did him a thumbnail. He didn't ask me to, and I just did him a thumbnail, sent it to him, and you know what I mean? That you know, it's got to stick out. You know what I mean?
Tim had plenty in, that night.
Sunday Night Live.
Sunday night.
Yeah,
Sunday night fever.
You can be co-presenter, Joel.
Move your hips on the dance floor with Richard.
Yeah, I don't be thinking I'll be putting my hips on the dance floor. Sunday
If
Night
I did
Live,
it,
not
I'd
Sunday Night Drive.
be dislocating me hips on dance
I'm
floor.
about to say only if he's mopped the floor and forgot.
That'd be me, Johnny. Doing dance moves I never knew I could do.
I'm good at that when I've had a few. Bloody hell.
My mum's got a tiled hallway floor, yeah, and every time Poodle comes flying in a bit excited and slides across, you know.
But yesterday, Richard, you got,
Tim says, how can I remove the upcoming streams from my YouTube channel?
Just go into
Go into your studio, I think, first of all.
Studio.
Yeah, Crypto says she's going, yeah, you don't want to miss that because she's...
you got
Yeah,
yesterday
yes,
at least 8 or 9 thumbs up.
Yeah,
Beginning.
yeah, I know. You
Oh.
see, I'm not too sure because I sort of schedule all mine on StreamYard. You see, it's very, you know, I never go live via YouTube Studio. I always go live via
And I
You
liked
find out what Jeanette's
Richard.
baking the Sunday before.
Well, it's like this, Johnny.
Right.
Tracy, all Tracy needs to do is, if I pre-schedule it, is go on that thing, and then she knows what to get.
She don't know.
Because I do send her the recipes, but you know what I mean. We've sort of chatted since then, and there's been thousands and thousands of messages going backwards and forwards. So, you know what I mean.
All your videos, your trains are really nice to watch. But I really enjoyed the short one about the little model train that you have in your living room,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
passing on your.
I mean, Crypto's just said I could do Friday, but Ali goes live then. This is the thing, Crypto.
You
It's
can't
called
work it.
YouTube. You don't have to sort of say, well, I'm not going live at that time because that person's going live, or I'm not going live that. You know what I mean?
True, it's all booked. When you see Janet,
go live
Monday,
on that.
Tuesday,
I
Wednesday,
don't.
Thursday,
I
it's
keep
you
forgetting
know,
that channel.
then Friday.
It's no problem with me.
Friday is Ali.
It's a fun, you know what I mean?
I keep forgetting that channel's there that I've
Saturday,
got.
Janet, and then Victor or Tim
I've been on it in ages.
on Sunday.
But yeah, you know, it's called YouTube. You know what I mean? You don't have to sort of, you know, it's like this. You go live when you want to do, not, you know, oh, this person's going live at this time. This person's going live at this time. You know what I mean?
I want to watch Cryptos live anyway.
But what I'm saying is, Richard, I mean, like after this, let's say, for instance, Crypto goes live on Sunday. You could do a regular Sunday live,
Yeah.
but think ahead and like schedule it beforehand. Like Johnny says, when I've done my live on a Saturday, I do me Monday madness, I do me Tuesday baking, but you know what I mean. The reason behind that is then Tracy can just click on that, and obviously I put all the ingredients in the rest the recipe and the ingredients in the description. So I know, rather than scrolling back up messages and Tracy finding link and everything, all she's got to do is click on that, and the ingredients is in the description.
Yeah.
And that's why I sort of do it beforehand. So then Tracy, can just click on that and know what ingredients to get.
Well, it works quite well now because I take Keena to football on a Tuesday now. We don't come back while 7. It gives Tracy a chance to sort all the stuff out while we're out.
Yeah. James says go live when you want it, shoot him. But this is my sentiment exactly, James. You know what I mean? You at end of day, you go live when you want to do, not when when this person's on, or think you can't go live because this person's on. You know what I mean? It's you go live when you want to. And yeah, same as Crypto says, it's not like she does it all the time. It's only every now and again. It's not on a regular basis. So, you know what I mean? It's just, you do what you want to do, Crypto. Not what anybody thinks you should do. Yeah. Exactly, James. Exactly.
I don't know if you're aware, but I don't do anything what I'm told to do.
But that's more or less what I've just said, James, because Richard were live last night and it were an impromptu thing, but most of the people in there were from mine. So
But it was great to see Pixies, Chris, and Hannah.
you don't do it all that often, Joelle.
It was fun for me to see him on panel.
Very rare showing was that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like live up a mountain when nobody's on.
You're right,
Then I look it up.
because you see where it were, Johnny. I went on, but I closed all my laptop because that's what I do on a Sunday. I close all my laptop down. I watch some telly, blah blah blah. So I closed everything down. But then I noticed Richard were live, so I went on my phone, but it was up in electric battery. So my battery was up in power.
Mobile.
And then I couldn't come on panel because as it was at the last minute, no makeup, undressed, I would have been
We're not bothered. We're all happy family.
a
At the moment.
disaster.
Well, that's it. And James
Well,
just
wear
said,
a
there you go,
smile.
that's what I mean. You know what I mean? Everybody that,
Don't worry
you know
about
what
it, Joel,
I
I've got
mean?
my roof with a pair of pajamas on.
I'm grateful for the amount of people that I get in my lives. How can I put it? I'm not special. I say it as I see it. I'm I don't put no airs and graces on. But
Clothes and
somehow,
makeup
you
is
know what I
not
mean? But, I mean, like Richard said, we look at ourselves as like a little community. You know what I mean? We talk to people that we wouldn't talk to, or
Yeah, it's called caring the community. They don't lock us up now. They put us on the
We're all glad to get a minibus and go and ride out
I'm
with a
thankful
minibus.
as well.
I'm gonna ride out on minibus.
We're not allowed in the sandpit anymore.
Our bike's window seat.
I'm back driver's seat. I hate being a passenger.
So we've got driver sorted. That's got to be Johnny, and our bike's front seat near window.
Yeah. The windows will be clean when we all get back.
Yeah, Jeanette, no crumbs.
What's this?
I'm not licking floor as well, Johnny.
I've got a question, Janet, and
Go on then.
What's this? Oh, go on.
it's a question because my teeth, when you have a whole hair like this,
A gap.
Yeah, like that. It's called in France the teeth of happiness. It's called like that, les dents du bonheur. Ça s'appelle les dents du bonheur. Les dents, it's teeth of happiness. Is there an expression in English when there's a gap
What's it
between.
called? Called in France? In
That
French?
was
Yeah,
just called
Your
gapping.
T5, your
What do you
T5
call
look
it
all
in
right now. You've
French?
been on
What's
German,
it
Kyle.
in French?
No,
Same as
just in,
gapping, just that it's
just
community, not a competition.
Oh,
Exactly.
it's called
I said it
ugly teeth. I don't know.
No, I've got a.
You said
I've always-
something.
I've always had a
Joelle,
gap
you said
in
something in French. What it was called?
Oh, I see.
You said something in French. What is it called again?
Teeth of happiness. Happiness. Les dents du bonheur. Les dents
That's
du
it. The
bonheur.
what? Dodgy what?
Dent is tooth or teeth.
Don't. DENT.
D-E-N-T.
Right.
French
And
word for
it's
teeth.
called,
Les dents.
I have a similar one
because
in
my
England.
niece
It's
has
called
the
dodgy
same
bone.
teeth. Because. And she doesn't like her teeth, and we said to her, but it's good. It's the teeth of happiness, of joy to have that. Lucky you, or something like that. So it's
James would call you Gappy.
there's not an expression.
Tracy says, as kids, they got told it meant you were wealthy. Hey, I'm still trying to find my wealth, then, Tracy. And I've had a gap between my teeth for God 60 odd years, and I'm still looking for wealth.
At least you've still got your own teeth. A lot of people haven't got their own teeth now, you know.
Yeah.
At least you've
I
still
mean,
got your own lashes.
I looked at it this way, and my mum always said to me, she had got false teeth before she was 50, and I'm 61 this year, and I've still got all my own teeth. I mean, yes, some of them's a bit chipped and whatever, but yeah,
It's part of
Okay.
aging to lose teeth.
Anyway, just hang on. What's this that Crypto says? I've got to do this bet. What's this bet?
well,
That's
Tim-
challenge. She challenged
A
Tim to
challenge.
dye his hair, and in return, she's got to wear a nurse's outfit
On the
on the
live.
live stream.
yeah,
She went to live
she
stream.
challenged him to dye his hair on live,
And if he
and
did
in
it, she'd
return, she said she'd wear a nurse's outfit.
Wow.
Great face.
do a live stream. When,
We'll see you all there.
that's why she's ordered a set of scrubs.
We'll all step,
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll all step aside and let
Yeah.
this live go ahead.
Yeah.
You're going
this
to check
is what I'm
your
saying, Richard.
from leaving the corridor for 12 hours.
What I'm saying is, if you want to do a regular Sunday night sport, I mean, Crypto don't go live all that often. So, you know, from next week, you can sort of be. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go on for hours. You know what I
The
mean?
thing is that if she wears a nurse, if she's a nurse on live, she will be more successful than Richie. Huh?
Correct.
You won't recognise us. You'll have a mask on.
We'll all abandon Richard to go and watch Crypto.
Yeah. You can forget my life because I won't be
I'm
there and I'll be
busy
watching
tonight.
Cryptos.
I was good at Richard. You can abandon my life because I've not been there. But yeah, I mean, Partnest it on a good, you know, most nurses in hospitals now wear scrubs. So yeah, so in actual fact, if she buys a pair of scrubs,
And
she's
they're-
actually dressing up as a nurse.
Yeah, I don't think that's
And
quite
they're
the
nude
level, is it? I
under
don't know.
their blouse.
Oh, Gary, get with the program.
There's nothing
Tim and
kinky about
Crypto
this.
made a bet. Yeah,
That's it.
Tim had got to dye his hair on a live stream, and the other side of the challenge was that Crypto would go live wearing a nurse's outfit.
Yes, so she's going to be dressed in blue and looks
Oh,
like she just
nice.
done a 12-hour shift.
No,
Yeah.
And just drape a stethoscope round her neck. Yeah, that's all you need.
I will support you, Crypto.
You,
Not wearing a nurse.
But this is it, then it's settled. So Crypto will be going live Sunday. We'll all be there.
I think between now and Sunday, Joelle, you could get an outfit as well. You could do it as a duet, you and Crypto, the nurses. One from England, one
I
from
can be a
Paris.
cowgirl because I've got not the outfit, but I've got.
Yeah. Hiya, Ali.
Yeah.
I've got a cowboy hat, Joel. I've got a cowboy hat.
Hang on, I'll turn my heating off.
I've got a kiss me quick hat. That's any use.
You got to what?
Well, sort it out quicker.
Be quick, cowboy hat. Pink with, fair round rim.
Nice.
Kathy. Kathy says, don't forget the rubber glove for exams.
Hey,
Get
Kathy.
there in the lube.
I've got to whip a cat.
Oh, Kathy is a nurse. So,
Examination gloves.
so far,
Got them
Yeah,
as well.
so
it's got
she's
the
going to put a thumbs up.
Yeah, look. If you look close, it says examination gloves. So there you go.
examination.
Kathy, don't forget to give us
Maybe,
a thumbs up.
examining. Examination.
Crypto
Fine.
says French made outfit.
When's this live that's going on? When is it?
Sunday.
Sunday. Right.
James says, did you say bend over? I'll drive Kathy.
I'm gonna put it in my calendar on my phone, then I don't forget.
Oh, partners. I know what you mean.
What time?
What time?
What time?
About 8.
Nine.
I'm ready.
And the job cost extra.
I'll bend over.
Yeah. Anybody up for it?
Kathy, so
One on at the moment.
Who will you be touching with that, Janet?
Nobody. Kathy says hand jobs cost extra.
she's going to do it to Chris when he drops his car keys.
So yeah.
Lovely to see you.
Sherry.
Right.
Sorry.
Who's up first?
Who's at work?
Comes first.
Oh dear.
Barknest, are you offering?
I've already had a shock this week, Jeanette, so no thanks.
Ain't nobody coming near me with a pair of rubber gloves, that's for sure.
The other way you come
What
in
do
the
you
going,
say,
did you?
Richard?
You are?
Hey, how bad do you think Chris
What
went
did you
on?
say?
With
Well, I
dog
was.
bite and his external blood clot, he was dropping his trousers more often than he does at home.
I don't mind
Put a
dropping
string
the
on
cake,
that-
but
put a
I'm
string
not
on
having
that.
somebody running
Well,
around at my
big
ass.
things for the little.
You know what I mean? So I draw the line at that.
Yeah, right. You know, his bro says I might be wearing just an apron tomorrow just to take the attention away from my lost boy.
Oh, cheerleader. We can be I've got the outfit.
A cheerleader.
Yeah, but the thing is that not at
Pom-pom.
my age.
I've got a Mrs. Claus outfit somewhere.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember you when you wore that.
Yeah,
I can be a witch or
yeah. I'll show Joelle just for it,
yes, please.
and I made it myself as well.
No, I think the maid's a good idea.
So what's a good idea?
Get Tracy up at 7
Yeah.
o'clock in
Good
the morning.
idea,
She could be a Rottweiler
Martin.
on the ground.
Or one of the waitresses in Cafe Rene.
Ah,
Yeah,
wait.
that's it. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, that's French. That you should be good at that, Joelle.
Yeah, I could try.
One of the waitresses out of Hello Hello.
Listen, very carefully.
Nara, you're ready for this. I don't want to shock you, and I don't want you to, speak
No.
tea or
Sure.
whatever. Right?
I put my glasses on. Oh,
And I made that by myself.
wow.
All by myself. Even
Ooh.
bubble things in my hair.
Wow. So that was Christmas time.
Oh, it was a long while ago.
Yes.
A lot. Even
Yes.
choker thing round my neck. I
Oh,
made made
magnificent.
that as well. Yeah. Tracy's got a Spice Girl outfit.
Sure.
It's a bit tight now. When she puts it on, she goes, stick it. Ah.
Once.
LB.
That was sort of
Oh.
obviously I'd lost a lot of weight since then.
You look like a Waimea girl, from Polynesia, those ladies.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
These flowers and
Skirts.
yeah. But yeah, that I made that a long time ago. It probably you need some alterations by now.
oh, it's superb.
I haven't sort of wore it in a long time, but yeah, it probably. Yeah, that all but made by myself. Oh, I've got itchy nose.
Wow.
But
The thing is that now we don't dare enough. We should be, you know, what?
carefree
Once
and
it's sport,
fancy
we
free.
have
Yeah, I
to,
agree. You should.
Yeah.
we have to live with the next
Yeah,
I
Richard is
thought that women should be more carefree. That's correct. Is that?
But I'm going to tell you something, right?
Yeah, stop putting rainbows in your hair and get back to basics.
Oh, thank you, James. Bella did a live stream once, and she got one of these. It were a dress, actually. It were one of these without any straps or anything on it, right? And you could clearly see she got a dress on. YouTube closed it down.
Oh,
She were only going about 10 minutes, and YouTube closed it down.
wow. So they are really.
I don't know whether they thought she was naked or somebody complained, but yeah.
Ah,
It were like this. She rung me and she were crying her eyes out. She says, I
Oh.
can't understand why YouTube have stopped it.
the thing is that it's public and it's not that easy because then you can delete and when
But,
it's public,
you know what I mean? Hi, Wagon Big, how are you? But yeah, we couldn't understand. And she was crying. I says, look, I know you're upset. I says, but I says, best thing to do, I says, dry your tears. You know, I says to her, I says, well, I'll tell you what, I says, I'll go live. I says, I'll bring you up on panel. Just make everybody think, you know, it don't bother you, you know what I mean? And yeah,
Sure.
you know what I mean? She did. She's, you know, I says, touch your makeup or whatever you've got to do. You know what I mean? And just touch it up and just come on like nothing happened. You know what I mean? Because if anybody has reported it and they see you crying, then they've got the effect that they wanted because it's been closed down.
Yeah.
So, you know, in that case,
Well, yeah, well, no.
yeah, no, mate, I don't on it.
Oh,
The Johnny Five.
Well, often it, you know, bro, he says I don't need to iron anything for the bake
No.
off.
The
What it
thing
is I used to be one for getting absolutely hammered with my friends at weekend. And I used to count to 5, and if I didn't move by 5, I left from there. Right? So my name ended up being Johnny 5 if I couldn't get up. Look at
Hey,
that's why
Tim's going in spirit of things. He says he needs to find a doctor's coat for Sunday.
Dr. Tim.
Oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Tim? Say you're gonna refer us and then not bother?
Hey, this is no word of a lie, Johnny. Now you mentioned that. Chris had got, how can I put it? Like right on his top of his eyelid. Can you remember that white thing growing on top of his eye? Many, many moons ago. And he went to doctors and she says, I'll refer you to ophthalmologist. It must be at least a year and a half ago. He got a letter this morning. He's got to ring up and book an appointment. He nearly fainted.
Tracy was supposed to have a call like 4 weeks ago.
Racist.
Almost a year
Pimple
ago.
popper.
Dad,
Almost
almost
baby,
a year ago.
take a picture of that thing on your eye so I can show everybody.
Yeah.
I've never noticed anything going on in his eye.
he had.
Hey, I'll tell you something. I can beat
I am
an
inside
Just
on.
all I need is a mask. That's it. I've got a mask.
Well, I'm not a gynecologist, but I'm willing to take a look for you.
I used to be a gynecologist. I still do a bit just to keep my hand in.
Hey, I've got light up gloves. I've got light up gloves.
Oh, yeah. If it's a dark tunnel.
I can point at it.
Yeah, I had one on my head there, and I went and had it cut off, and it came back. And then
But it's like I don't know. You know, like sometimes it to me it looks like a build up of calcium or something on, and it's affecting because it's right on his eyelid. And he went to the doctors with it, and she says, "Oh, I'll refer you to ophthalmology. You know, they might just freeze it and whatever and take it off because it's on your eye." Never give it another thought, and he got a letter today. Must be at least a year and a half ago he sent it.
I've never noticed this thing on his eye.
I'll show it you in a minute.
Must be very
Because
small.
he always comes in at a 45-degree angle, Richard. That's why.
Right. Look very closely at that white thing on his eye.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
You see? But because it's on his eyelid, they've referred him to ophthalmology. But that were like,
You know, I take it you've had a go at squeezing it, have you?
eh? Oh no,
You
it's
know?
not squeezable. It's just like, yeah. I'll
Solid,
send it
isn't
to you, Richard.
You what?
I'll send it to you for a closer look.
Have it in your little box.
Good, James. Good joke.
I think
If
we've,
you look
that's
closely,
not
it's like
gynaecologist
I can't really
Hi,
explain
John.
it. Hiya, John lad.
Yo, John, lad.
What do a gynecologist and a pizza delivery driver have in common? They can both smell it but can't taste it. I mean, like when it's cystitis, it's like a red lump, but this is sort of like across top of his eyelid, and it looks like a build-up of the summer. I don't know what did doctor say when you went? It's that long ago. We forgot what doctor said. But yeah,
I'll refer you to
Ophthalmology.
Yeah.
but yeah, he's been waiting. It must be at least an hour and a half. An hour and a half, a year and a half. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what they really meant.
But yeah, you know what I mean? That's ridiculous. But, you know, it's right on his eyelid. But Richard's studying it.
Yeah.
It looks like a build-up of something on his top eye, his eyelid.
It's like when them, I remember the newsreader that Charlene White, she had a few on her eyelids just like that.
But yeah, it's not something you can squeeze. It's not something you can sort of pop and get shut off. James says get nail clippers on it, Jeanette. Oh, dear. You're forgetting James has been taking blood thinners. So
You know, what we used to do is tie everything to a door handle with a piece of string and just shut the door.
what? Rip his eyelid off.
I have a thing for burning skin tags off. You can try that on it if you want.
You can buy that free stuff, can't you? Just get a little piece of string, you tie it around it, and then you get this free stuff.
But I think that's what they'll end up doing. They'll probably end up freezing it and removing it.
Yeah.
You know, in all honesty, I think they'll just freeze it. It could be like a quick in and out job. Well, when I say quick in and out job,
That's what she said.
I have an electronic one that you can do skin
When
tags.
Tracy was only there an hour and a half, I walked outside and looked up to make sure I didn't say booper.
Or something that you don't like.
An hour and a half out of the NHS.
I don't think out like that would be, you know, beneficial to Chris. Honestly, Richard, I think it needs hospital freezing it or getting a shot of local anaesthetic. And
I'm sure only there an hour and a half. I was getting evils from fucking receptionists.
no, it's not no boils on us arses, John lad.
Eyes, you
Hey,
have to be careful
Richard,
because
the receptionist didn't like me.
Well, this
Can
is
you
the
put
thing.
this on? You can kiss my ass.
But this is the thing. It sort of started off as little, but then it's sort of gone a bit
bigger.
more. It's sort of got worse.
Mm-hmm.
And with it being like on his eyelid, it sort of, I don't know, it makes his eyelid droop a bit, as you can, you know, as you can see in photograph. Sort of.
Oh, true. You have
I think
to
as you get older, everything starts to droop a
remove
little
that.
bit.
Because
So
if you-
yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's sort of
Bring Lord, bring chariot, Richard.
You know, as you get older, everything starts to drip.
Kathy
That's
said
when you can sing this.
you should have a better aim it shot in your eye.
Past 50, that's when everything
What class
starts to drip.
Casey? That she's the
Kathy
one
said,
who knows that.
Chris, you should have better aim it shot in your eye.
Uh,
Crypto says Gerard said the same to Christina, needs to get it removed.
Yeah, that could explain where it came from.
It's nothing serious, but it's like a little tumor.
It's basically because it's right on top of his eyelid. It's sort of making his eyelid droop, if you know what I mean.
And then he can
You're
hold it.
missing the target.
I'm laughing at what your nose bro's just put. Pixie, it must be shaped like a boomerang if it shot you in the eye.
No,
Oh,
he just
dear.
got back in his chair, that's all.
Hey, oh, I'll tell you something, right? This is the thing. Chris had a big wart on his arm here, and it sort of got. She means Christina, which is a cousin, Tracy, that comes on lives with her. Anyway, got this wart on his arm there, and it got so big. Every time he caught it, it'd bleed. So we were having to put a plaster on it so he didn't catch it. But you know, since he took them blood thinners, it's totally disappeared.
It's a circulation. I don't know how you call that blood.
Pearly pap. Well, I've never even heard of that one, James.
So
It says it's common in men.
what?
is
Okay.
it?
But yeah, the funny thing is, same as I say, it got that big that they were having to put a plaster over it. Because
Oh.
it being like just there on his arm. Hi Zoe, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zoe. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Zoe.
Happy
Purely caused by excess oil in the skin.
Oh,
That's according to Google. That's not me.
you've got greasy skin then, in other words.
That's Google.
I have gave out a few pills in my day. All secrets just coming out from your nose, bro, now.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, funny thing is, the external blood clot, it's shrunk, but it's still there on his leg. But this thing on his arm's totally gone.
It's weird, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you later, Johnny. Thank
See
you
you,
for
Johnny.
rescuing me. You're a true knight in shining armour.
Johnny.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
What?
What?
What did he say?
I don't know. What
Good
he
morning.
said.
Good morning.
But yeah, funny. Yeah, that's funny, isn't it? This wart's completely gone since
Yeah,
since
I
he's
had a-
been on the blood thinners. But yeah, the external blood clot, which it was supposed to,
Good morning.
you know.
Bobby, we sent a picture of the bite.
Oh yeah.
I had a patch of like eczema or something on my knee about.
Oh God, Tim. He says he had a wart on his finger when he was younger, and my mum would cut it off with scissors.
Ah,
Ooh. See you later, Johnny.
I had a patch of eczema on my knee, and I've had it for years. When I started taking them multivitamin tablets, that
Use a
disappeared.
Stanley knife blade.
Oh God. Right, this is Chris's bite as it is. He's just took
Yes.
a picture of it.
Good morning.
Right.
Bye.
You'll be amazed.
Alright.
Totally healed up now. Well, of sorts.
ah.
But yeah, it's still sort of what you call scarred.
Healing that. Even if it takes time, that's
It's sort of same as I said. It's
that could be a scar then. And
it will scar no matter. But yeah, John Ladd says I sold my wart on eBay.
Yeah, I don't know what causes a wart.
Tin
I've no
snips.
idea. I've had them, but
It's some sort of a virus that causes them, Richard.
I've had them in past, but Not
I
many.
mean, it's like, yeah. Kathy says she thinks it might be a calcium lump on your eye, but yeah, I mean, it's like what do you call them that you have on your feet?
Verrucas.
Verrucas. They own it, same thing, but they want you have on your feet. Are you scrapping Irish? How are you?
Ice
Yeah.
scrappy Irish.
Snoopy
Snoopy what?
behind you.
Yes,
My
Charlie,
best friend.
Charlie Brown's beagle.
That was a gift offered to me. That.
Here, what warts are caused by an infection with the human papillomavirus. The virus causes an excess amount of keratin, a hard protein to develop on the top skin layer, epidermis. The extra keratin produces the rough, hard texture of a wart. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, I couldn't watch that, Gary. Yeah, he says he watches
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Pimple Popper. Oh, God, no.
Oh, I love it. I don't know what it is, but I can watch blackheads getting squeezed.
Oh, I can.
Oh.
It's like
Don't bother me. Don't bother me
it's a
one bit.
satisfying thing to watch.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, right. As soon as I say, you know, blood, guts, and glory don't bother me. But there's
one on
something
YouTube,
about
a guy
somebody
in a
else
garden,
popping your pimples. You know what I mean?
and he has a cyst on his back, and he's stood in his garden, and they squeeze it, and there must be about a litre of pus comes out of it.
Oh,
It sprays out to that.
Wow.
Oh God. You know, there's some of them. I just love watching them squeeze blackheads, and
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a great big worm comes out.
Yeah, like magic store
It's like a satisfaction about it. I don't know. It's a bit weird.
hiya, David. How are you? Yeah, Roman Kemp. This is Martin Kemp's son in turmoil after eating cream egg worth 10 grand.
Oh well,
there.
Well, he'll not miss it, will he?
no.
Well, his parents aren't short of a few bob.
Well, that's it. I mean, he's not shorter of a few Bobby Sen.
You know, his dad worked bassist in Spandau Ballet, and his
Yeah.
mother was in Wham.
What's the cream eggs in a white one or something like that?
Yeah, half white chocolate, half milk chocolate.
Terry says she's glad I'm not eating cream eggs right now. Yeah, Star Wars and Harry Potter actor Paul Grant dies aged 56 after collapsing outside King's Cross Station.
Who died yesterday? Somebody died yesterday, didn't they? The day before. Who was that? Somebody famous.
I'll tell you who has died. Just seen it. Do you remember Citizen Smith?
Oh yeah,
Robert Lindsay, just seen it.
he's died. I said, didn't think you were that old. Yeah. Because they were in a comedy, weren't they? I forgot. Were we a woman and the kids? I can't.
Oh no, it wasn't that Robert Lindsay. No, it's a different Robert Lindsay that's died.
Crypto says she's met Martin Kemp.
Huh? Did you?
Hey up, baby.
Hey,
Send you some, hey up, baby partner.
baby partners.
It's all right. I'm just sending something to Chris.
Are you scoffing there, Joel?
Huh?
Are you scoffing?
It's all right. It says Sheffield United upcoming opponents Wigan it with points deduction in survival blow. So that's good.
Are they French fries by any chance?
Oh, good guessing. French fries.
When are they going to arrest Vladimir Putin then?
When he steps out of his own country.
You know what I mean? They keep going on, drooling on about they're going to arrest him, and there's an arrest warrant
In his own country,
Who's that?
he steps outside it.
Vladimir Putin for war crimes.
Oh, I think they're after arresting Donald Trump as well, aren't they, for something?
I don't know.
They could arrest so many. A few. Not so many, I hope.
They'll never arrest Putin.
But
Putin.
Chris has just said they can't arrest him in his own country. He's got to step outside the country, then they can arrest him. If he knows there's an arrest warrant out for him, he's not going to go anywhere, is he?
No, it's just a show of solidarity. Is that it means nothing?
But this is the thing as well. I mean, weren't it sort of not so long ago they said he was dying of cancer?
Yeah, but who knows?
It's one of them things, you know what I mean? You don't know what to believe nowadays. Carries for a picture.
Either he drinks or he's Botoxed because he's got a. I don't know about his cheeks, but they don't seem to be very natural. Either that
It's probably had Botox.
Russia, you drink.
Well, exactly, James. You don't know who's spreading. I mean, I do know for a fact that there is an arrest warrant out for him, but same as Chris said, they can't arrest him in his own country.
No.
Now he knows there's that arrest warrant. He's not going to leave, is he? He's not going to go anywhere.
I don't think he ever leaves that country anyway. And if he did, he could always go to China. They won't touch him in China. They love him.
You know what I mean? And
they will help him.
They'll help him out. He won't get arrested in China.
So what are you eating, Joel?
French fries. Cherie
Croissants.
French fries.
Sherry. Actually, no
Twiglets.
more. There, I've got no more. Oh.
The fromage.
Actually, it's called fries, but it's not fries. They are crisps, but they look like fries.
Ah, yeah. We call them, what did they call them? Salt and vinegar sticks.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's tasty, let's say. Let's put it that way. It's
I know what.
And you're having
The salt and vinegar.
you look like you're having a buffet there with a paper plate.
Here in Britain, we come and we just eat them out of bag.
Yeah. I don't bother with that. I haven't got a lot of crockery. I have one knife, one fork.
You just reminded me of a joke.
I'm having.
I think chipsticks. Yeah, they were called chipsticks. Yeah, that's
Chipsticks,
it. Tommy.
that's the one.
Yes,
You just reminded me of a joke there.
it's nice. It's not
Fella goes into pubs, nobody about.
putting on weight, that kind of snacks, but I don't.
Go on then, partners.
Right, fella goes into pub. There's nobody about, but fella hears his voice saying, "That aftershave smells nice." Looking around, nobody about. A couple of minutes later, here's the voice again. It says, "That's a nice suit you've got on." Looking around, nobody about, and barman turns up. So it serves the fella. Fella gets talking to the barman. Says, "This might sound a bit strange, but I kept hearing this voice saying good things about me." And barman says, "Oh, that must be the peanuts are complimentary."
Right, I'm going to get going, guys. Don't forget to tune in for tomorrow's baking with your nose bro in the buff with just
Whoa, what a surprise!
Yeah, but I doubt it very much. But there you go.
I will be nothing.
Yeah, we all live in out. I'm going now anyway, James. But yeah, baking with Tracy, myself, and your nose bro tomorrow.
Wow.
Coconut Easter cookies. So I'll see you all on the next one. He says he's watching.
We'll be wearing a mankini.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
I'm just making a point that you're going to be baking, completely naked apart from an apron, just so people are watching.
All ladies will be watching.
Cheers. So I'll see you all tomorrow night, guys. Bye.
Night.
Bye.
Where's Richard?